Christian occultists. This is something that I'm sure we will cover on a Thursday at some point, if not this coming week. Just because honestly, this jumped in front of my face and it got me thinking. So there is someone on TikTok, specifically someone that I saw specifically, who sparked something in me. I've seen other things that he has put out, but it's not him alone, right? This is the Christian occultist movement, if you want to. I mean, that I feel like that gives it power that it doesn't have. The Christian occultist trend that we're seeing specifically on TikTok, I'm sure it exists elsewhere, but just like everything else, this wicked, weird, wild, total fringe stuff on TikTok becomes famous in TikTok land. Most of it does not become famous outside of TikTok land. Why is that? It's the way their algorithm works. So just something to be aware of. It's why I recommend everybody stays the hell off of TikTok, at least for consuming. Don't consume from TikTok. And if you do, be very mindful, be very careful, and make sure that you are a very self-aware, cognitive thinker. Otherwise, you will fall prey to their algorithm. Anyways, beside the point. This is one of the posts that I found that I just want to talk about very briefly. So, benefits of being a Christian occultist. I don't worship demons. I respect their existence. There's a difference. My first comment is that's not a benefit of something. So and this is just a pet peeve of me complaining. Benefits of being a Christian occultist and then saying basically a belief system, that doesn't make sense. A benefit is something you gain from something. You don't gain anything from explaining that you don't worship demons. So first off, maybe not someone you want to learn from, who's going to give you a list of something and then give you a justification instead. They're different things. Anyways, I don't worship demons. I respect their existence. There's a difference. We're going to move right past that. They mutually respect me and easier to work with along with the angels. Let's read it again because it's not just you. Don't worry. It's grammatically atrocious. They mutually respect me and are easier to work with alongside the angels, removing the word with. So what he's saying, demons respect him. I can tell you this with my chest, as they say. If demons respect you, you unwittingly are playing for the wrong team. If demons respect you, if malevolent energy respects you, you are on that energetic level. Does that make sense? You are performing, whether you are doing it intentionally or not, evil. And my point with this, in his case, would be that by promoting Christian occultist ideologies, you are playing into the demonic side of the spiritual realm. Therefore, I'm sure they do respect you. I'm sure they love you because you are an idiot who has Christians who are also idiots captured, and you are teaching them to engage with malevolent energy, with demonic energies. So I would agree, but not for the same reasons. And it is easier to work with alongside the angels. I can tell you this, that let's get rid of the Christian religious terms, angels and demons. You have negative energy and you have positive energy. And what I mean by that is not the scientific meaning. I mean, negative energy is evil energy. It wants to do nothing but to destroy, to manipulate, to destroy. And then you have what would be positive energy, which is morality. It's God. God is morality. So you have these two energies that are absolutely in opposition to one another. They are antithetical to one another. I like to explain it like they are magnetic, but the wrong sides. Okay, when you were a kid, you put magnets together, right? And they snap together. Well, then when you flip one around, it's the wrong side. Then when you try, they reflect. They bounce off of each other. They won't connect. In my understanding, my opinion, is that within the spiritual realm, we have the same thing. The good can't intermingle with the evil. It doesn't work. They literally defy each other. I don't believe personally that you could truly have the essence of goodness in the same space, sharing energy with the essence of evil. Not because they don't want to or they don't like each other, so they avoid each other or whatever. No, because they literally can't be there. It's not physically possible because they are the literal opposite ends of the spectrum. It's not possible. Moving on. Christ spirit is the most powerful energy in the universe. So that's the hook for idiot Christians. Oh, he's a Christian. He's talking about Jesus Christ. Even below it says, Jesus loves you, Boise. His name is the Gnostic Pope, and he's a Christian occultist. If you are unaware, those two things, just by definition, don't work. They don't work. So he either is ignorant to that fact, or he's abusing the power and influence that he has, which isn't that much, but it's there. It's significant. So by saying Christ's spirit is the most powerful energy in the universe, he's appealing to Christians, weak Christians, who then are going to see this and be like, this must be the truth. All these denominations, all this infighting in Christianity, when really we need to be friends with the demons. We need to get the demons respect, because you get respect from people who oppose what you're doing. Sarcasm. You don't. You get respect from people who appreciate and agree with what you're doing. So if you are doing something for Jesus Christ, demons don't respect you. I hope that makes sense. But just to be clear, occult is not Satanism. People get that confused a lot. The definition of occult is mystical, supernatural, or magical powers, practices, or phenomena. A secret society to study alchemy and the occult. The occult, or the word occult, it really has nothing to do with Satanism. Whether you mean Luciferianism, where they actually worship Satan, or Satanism, which is more just the worship of self, either way, they're not synonymous. And society has kind of made them synonymous. They're not. Occult can be applied to many different practices. Satanism is just one of them. So don't get that confused. He's not saying he's a Christian Satanist, he kind of is, but he's not. That's not what he means to say when he does that. That's not what he means to say. He means that it's the knowledge of the secret, right? The knowledge of the hidden is what the occult actually is. And so all these secret societies throughout history were kind of deemed as the occult, and Satanism just became the most famous one. But the occult is just the knowledge of the secret or secret society or the knowledge of the hidden. So it can be applied to anything, even Christianity, which is kind of what he's trying to do. He just doesn't understand what he's actually doing. Point in all of this, be aware of what you're consuming. Be mindful about what you're consuming, and make damn sure that you are steadfast in what you personally believe prior to going to very dangerous places like TikTok. And I say that as somebody who has an account. Very rarely will you ever catch me consuming from that platform. I push my stuff on that platform. And even then, very rarely nowadays. Used to be daily, very rarely, not even once a week at this point. But consuming, very rare. But I'm also steadfast in what I believe. I'm not one to be swayed by things. I see things like this and I just think, idiot. You're an idiot. I feel bad for him because I'm sure he could be a good guy. I'm sure he could be used for good. Right now, he's respected by the demons because he's doing their work. He's confusing people. He's pulling Christians who are already struggling because they're dumb. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. But the sheep Christians who are dumb because they don't care to stretch, they don't care to learn or use their brain. And he's manipulating them without knowing it because he's being manipulated. Still, there's personal responsibility, and it is with him. I love you guys. Have a great weekend.